Marietta Mehanni, and this week's pelvic floor safe and muscle conditioning tip is going to be doing the bridge using the step and the Swiss ball. And it's pelvic floor safe because you're not putting any undue stress down through the pelvic floor, but if there's an intensity level to this that's a little bit more challenging than doing regular bridges on the floor because of the instability of the ball, but also because you've got a narrow base of support for your body. So you won't be able to support yourself up as well as what you could if you're on the floor. So it takes up the intensity a little bit. So we're going to start off by initiating by rolling down onto the step. Get as close to the edge of the step as possible with your bottom. So when you roll back, your head's on top of the step comfortably, but you can also reach down to hold the bottom of the step so that if you need to, you can grip onto that. So bring the ball in and place your heels on top of the ball and then stretch the legs out. So how much of your leg on the ball will determine the intensity. If you take the ball right out so it's just underneath the heels, it's much more intense. If you bring the ball right in so it's underneath your knees, it's a lot less intense. But I want you to think about this, especially if you're an instructor. If you've got clients with really long legs, they need to bring the ball in closer. Otherwise, they just feel this discomfort behind their knee during this exercise, which will stop them from doing it continuously. So think about bringing the ball a little bit closer and think about legal length. So I'm not very tall, so therefore I can have the ball a little bit further down and I don't get that discomfort behind my knee when I start lifting my hips up and down. So hands on the end of the step, using the step to help you. You're going to lift yourself up and bring yourself down. So lift the hips up, bring the hips down. Breathe out, breathe in. Now, one thing to check is the toes. So if you're doing this yourself or you're teaching clients, check that the toes don't turn out. Keep the toes turned up so looking directly up to the ceiling. And then you're going to get some work through the adductors or the inner thighs as well. So lifting up, lowering down. You can also encourage, if you're the instructor, your clients to keep their hips just off the step as they come down. So they barely touch the step, so they're not getting a rest in between each rep. And I usually do this for around about 2 blocks, so 64 counts, which will equal about 16 repetitions. Then I would show a leg lift. So we're going to lift the hips up, lift one leg up, bring the leg back down, drop down. Lift up, breathe out, bring the leg down and relax. Lift up, breathe out, bring the leg down and relax. And this is quite intense, really intense for hamstrings, glutes, lower back. Make sure that you're encouraging your clients to breathe out because there is a tendency to hold your breath, especially as the leg comes up off the ball. So lift up, breathe out, come down, breathe in. Lift up, breathe out, come back down, breathe in. So after I've done 2 blocks of music for that as well, I show option 3. Option 3 is lift up, take the leg up, take it to the side, bring it down, bring it back up, and back onto the ball, and lower. Lift the leg up, out to the side, bring the leg down, keep the hips lifted, bring the leg back up, and onto the ball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's really, really slow. Wow, it's really intense, especially trying to keep the hips level as you bring that leg towards the floor. So you'll really work hard to bring the leg towards the floor. Now another way that you can also increase intensity is what you do with your hands. So if this was level 1, and you did, say, 16 repetitions of that, level 2 would then be take the hands off the steps, so you're using a little bit of balance, okay? And then we can increase the intensity by lifting, take one leg up, bring the leg down, drop down, and that's much harder. So this, when you take the hands away, it completely changes it. I will just bring the ball closer so it's a little bit easier. So lift, take one leg up, bring the leg down, and relax. Lift, take one leg up, bring the leg down, and relax. And as you can see, I'm really challenged by this exercise There's a lot more wobble. I have to focus longer. Yep. And I have to really concentrate. So if you're delivering this in a class, I'd keep the music running, and just as almost like background, rather than try and keep people moving in time with the beat. 2 blocks of music and then give them a break, because that's really intense. But always having the option that they can bring their hands down to the step, which assists with being able to stabilise the body. So fantastic workout for the backs of your legs, and also hamstrings and glutes, and pelvic floor safe, which I think is the biggest challenge, is trying to find things that are appropriate for clients with those issues and challenges. And that's this week's muscle conditioning pelvic floor safe tip.